if y and z are integers, if y and z are integers, y and z are given as integers, it can be any integers, is y into z plus 1 odd, is y into z plus 1 odd. Listen to this carefully. Statement 1 alone. Statement 1 alone is y is odd. Y is odd. Listen to this. Y is given as odd. I don't know anything about that, but that can be only two cases. It can be either even or it can be either odd. Those are the only two possibilities. Substitute in the main question and question yourself. Is y is given as odd. Is odd into, if I take the first scenario, z is even, is odd into even plus 1 is again odd, right? Is odd into odd, is odd into odd? Yes. You are telling the answer as yes. Similarly, if I take z as even, substitute in the main question and question yourself. Is y is already given as odd into even plus 1 is nothing but, sorry, that is odd, right? Odd plus 1 is nothing but even. Is odd into even odd? No. You are telling the answer as no. You are still in the same statement 1. You are telling the answer as yes or no. You are telling multiple answers. Statement 1 is ruled out. Second statement, z is even. Exactly similar to the way I explained you statement 1, this is also ruled out. If z is even, y can be even, y can be odd. Similarly, you will get two possibilities. Again ruled out. If I combine both the statements, y is odd. Second statement is z is even. Substitute in the main question and question yourself. Is odd into even plus 1. Even plus 1 is again odd. Is odd into odd? Yes. You are telling only one answer and that answer is yes. You are telling a unique answer after combining option. Getting the idea, everyone? It is only based on the flowchart what I have explained initially. We will change the flowchart after two more questions. Questions looks very simple but tricky, sir. Once again, see here. Satyajit, this is the first condition given in the question. Statement. Y is odd. Z can be anything because that is an integer, right? It can be even or odd. If I take that as even, y is odd. Is odd into z is even. Even plus 1, what it is? Odd. Is odd into odd? Yes. 3 into 5 is 15. That is odd number only. You are telling the answer as yes. Similarly, that can be odd also. Substitute z is odd here. Y is already given as odd number. Odd into odd plus 1 is even. Odd into even is odd. Is odd into even odd? No. You are telling the answer as no. For the same statement 1 alone, you are telling multiple answers. Statement 1 cannot be the answer. Similarly, statement 2. Z is equal to even. If z is even, y can be even, y can be odd. Similar explanation like statement 1. So that is also ruled out. If I combine, y is odd, z is even. Second statement is z is even. Substitute in the main question yourself. Z is even. Even plus 1 is odd. Is odd into odd? Yes. You are telling the answer as. Again, see here. You need not get the correct answer. That is a question. Even if this is no also, answer is C only. No is also a unique answer, right?
No.
Right. It does not matter whether the answer is yes or no in this case. It can be either yes or it can be either no. Anyway, answer is C for this question. Getting the idea? Ninth one. Ninth and 10th are very important. See here. Ninth one. Is W an integer? Is W an integer? First statement is telling 3W is an odd number. 3W is an odd number. Listen to this carefully. 3W is an odd number. That means that 3W can be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and it continues. Right? But the question is not for 3W. Question is for W. Convert it for W. It becomes 1 by 3. 3 by 3 is 1. 5 by 3. 7 by 3. 9 by 3 is 3. And it continues. Substitute all these values in the main question yourself. W is 1 by 3. Is 1 by 3 an integer? No. You are telling the answer as no. Next W is 1. Is 1 an integer? Yes. You are telling the answer as yes. That is enough. 1 is no, 1 is yes. You need not continue with the other values. Okay. Statement 1 alone cannot be the answer. What is the second statement? 2W is an even number. 2W is an even number. See here. 2W is an even number. 2W can be even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. You can even take negative values also. I am not taking. You take negative, still you will get the same answer. But the question is for W. W is 2 by 2, 4 by 2, 6 by 2, 8 by 2, 10 by 2, etc. Is question, substitute all these values in the main question and question yourself. Is 1 an integer? 2 an integer? Yes. 3 an integer? Yes. All the values which you are getting, you are only telling only one answer. What is that answer? Yes. You are not changing the answer to no. That means you are sticking on to only one answer, and that answer in this statement is yes. Understanding? After taking statement 2 alone, you are telling a unique answer. Answer is option B. I am not interested with this question. I mean
W equal to 4 by 6.
W
Equal to 4 by 6.
where it is 4 by 6, but it should be an even number, right? 4 by 6, is it an even number?
Not OW will become even number.
Where?
If W equal to 4 by 6.
You are taking W is 4 by 6. If I take 4 by 6, 4 into 2 is 8. Here you are substituting 4 by 6. Right? W you are taking 4 by 6. 4 into 2, 8. 8 by 6, is it an even number? No, right? See, you need not think in that way also, you need not write also. Any number multiplied by 2 is always an even number, right? It is always an even number. But W is the main question. They are asking W in terms of integer. That means this should also be integer only. W should be integer only, right? If 2 into any number is even only, right? W should be integer only because they are asking the question for integers. You take any other fractional values also, this will not be satisfied. Clear, right, everyone? Okay, can I move on to the next question? Please here. Please don't write anything until the problem is completed. 10th question. Is n by 18 an integer? Is n by 18 an integer? Statement 1 unknown is phi n by 18 is an integer. Phi n by 18 is an integer. Listen to this carefully. See here. Phi n by 18 is an integer. Question is for n by 18 whether it is an integer or not. See here. What is an integer? Integer means fraction should not be there, right? You should eliminate this 18. To eliminate this 18, what should be n value?
Fractions of it.
It should be a multiple of 18, right? It should be a multiple of 18. 18 by 18 will cancel, phi is an integer. 36 by 18 will cancel, it is an integer. 54 by 18 is it cancel, it is an integer. N should be a multiple of 18, right? Substitute that in the main question and question yourself. Is multiple of 18 by 18 an integer? Yes. Sir. When you are taking statement 1 alone, you are getting yes as the unique answer. What should be the option? Option A. That is the first mistake students will do. Before you point out the mistake, I will tell the mistake. Right? That is the first mistake students will do. What is that mistake? N need not be a multiple of 18 always. Why it is? Listen to this carefully. Phi n by 18 is an integer. Phi n by 18, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. You can also take negative integers if you want. But the question is for n by 18. So n by 18 will be 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, 4 by 5, 5 by 5 is 1, and it continues. It continues. Now substitute all these values in the main question. Again question yourself. Is 1 by 5 an integer? No. Is 2 by 5 an integer? No. Is 1 an integer? Yes, sir. You are telling multiple answers. Understanding? You are telling multiple answers. That means why n need not be a multiple of 18? See here. N by 18 is 1 by 5. What will be n value? 18 by 5. 18 by 5. If I substitute here, phi n by 18. If I substitute n as 18 by 5, it becomes 1, right? It becomes 1, right? That means it need not be an integral multiple of 18. It need not be an integral multiple of 18. That is the first mistake every student will do. Understanding? Option A cannot be the answer. Similarly, what is the second statement? 3n by 18, right?
Yes.
3n by 18 is an integer. 3n by 18 is an integer. Again the same thing, n need not be a integral multiple of 18. So 3n by 18 can be, this can also be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and it continues. But the question is for n by 18. N by 18 is nothing but 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 3 by 3, 4 by 3, 5 by 3, 6 by 3 is 2 and it continues. Substitute all these things in the main question and question yourself. Is 1 by 3 an integer? No. Is 2 by 3 an integer? No. Is 1 an integer? Yes. Again you are telling multiple answers. Option B cannot be the answer. Clear till that point? If I combine, now, if I combine both the statements, combining statement 1 and statement 2. First statement is phi n by 18 is an integer. Second statement is 3n by 18 is an integer. Suppose if I take the difference, 5n by 18 minus 3n by 18 is 2n by 18. Integer minus integer will again give you one more integer. It will again give you one more integer. 2n by 18 is nothing but integers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. But the question is for n by 18. N by 18 is nothing but 1 by 2, 1, 3 by 2, 4 by 2 is 2, 5 by 2, 6 by 2 is 3, and it continues, right? Again substitute all these values in the main question yourself. Understanding the flow, right? Is 1 by 2 an integer? What is the answer? No. Is 1 an integer? What is the answer? Yes. Again no. Again yes. 5 by 2 no. 3 is yes. That means you are getting multiple answers. No and yes are different multiple answers. After combining you are getting multiple answers. What should be the answer? Cannot be determined uniquely. Cannot be determined uniquely.
No, sir, but 1 by 2 will not satisfy those two equations.
That is my next question. That is my next question.
What is common between
Sir, you
those
must
two?
take HCF.
No need to take HCF, nothing. You can take that way also. See here. That is the second mistake what students will do. What did I tell in the first time? I told that n is a multiple of 18. I made a point saying that is the first mistake students will do. That means you should understand that there is some other mistake which is coming, right? That is the second mistake students will do. In a hurry they will mark it as n by 18 is an integer, no. Sorry, 1 by 2. 1 is an integer, yes. You are getting multiple answers, therefore you will think it as it is cannot be determined. See here. Why these values should be ignored? Listen to this carefully. Suppose if I come back to this question, that is the reason these two questions are discussed together. If I come back to this question, 3w is odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. W is 1 by 3, 1, 5 by 3, 7 by 3, etc. These values, whatever I am taking for W, first they should satisfy the sub question. It should satisfy the sub question. Check it out whether it will satisfy. If I put W is 1 by 3, 3 into 1 by 3 is 1, it is an odd number. W1, 3 into 1 is 3, it is an odd number. 5 by 3, 3 into 5 by 3 is 5, it is an odd number. Every value is satisfying the sub question. Then only they are allowed to meet the main person or the main question. Understanding? Same is the case with the second statement also, right? These values first should satisfy the sub question. Then they are allowed for the main question. Exactly the same thing is what is happening here also. These are the values which I got for n by 18 when I took statement 1 alone. These all values will satisfy the sub question. Then I allowed them for the main question. Some will satisfy, some will not satisfy, right? That is why it is ruled out. Similarly, this also. These all values will satisfy this sub question. Then I should allow them for the main question. But when I am combining, when I combine them, it should satisfy whatever the values that I am getting for n by 18. These values should satisfy both the sub questions. Why both the sub questions? Because it is combination. Because it is combination. Understanding, right? It is something like, say, suppose, just a simple example to tell you. Suppose you are coming to my office to work, right? You are coming to my office to work. You are coming for an interview. Suppose I am the manager of the firm. You are coming to my office. I interviewed you. I asked you what are some questions I asked you. There are some criteria for me which you need to satisfy so that I can hire you, right? But you did not satisfy my criteria itself. Do you think I will allow you for the next person or the next round? No. That means the same thing I am explaining here also. These values of n by 18, first they should satisfy the first level managers. Then they are allowed for the main person. It is something like you are not even listening to my words. Why should I allow you for the person who is higher than me in the organization? I myself will tell you that please get out of the organization. Understanding? In simple, you are going for a company for an interview. There is an interview process. That process says if you are not getting 60% in your 10th class, you are not allowed to come inside the interview. Right? That is the first condition. That is the first condition. Satisfy that first condition, then only enter into the hall. That hall is nothing but the main question. Understanding? If you are not satisfying the sub conditions itself, who will allow you for the main condition? If you are not satisfying 60% criteria, do you think I allow you for the next round, or will I allow you for the interview panel also? Watchman itself will tell you get out of the hall. Right? That is what is explained here also. Understanding, right? These values should satisfy the sub questions first. Let us check which will satisfy the sub question. N by 18 is 1 by 2. If I substitute 1 by 2, 5 into 1 by 2 is not an integer. 5 by 2 is not an integer. This person is not satisfying the requirement. Throw him out of the company. N by 18 is 1. Even if one person is not satisfied, you can throw him. Right? N by 18 is 1. 5 into 1 is 5. It is an integer. 3 into 1 is 3. That is also an integer. This is the person who is satisfying 2% requirement. Allow him for the final interview. Allow him for the final interview. Is 1 an integer? Yes. You are telling the answer as yes. Understanding right, everyone? See here. This you understood, Satyajit? This value is not satisfying the 2%. So they are not allowed for the main person. Rule him off. Go for the next value. N by 18 is 1. If I substitute n by 18 as 1, 5 into 1 is 5. It is an integer. 3 into 1 is 3. That is also an integer. This person is satisfying both the sub quotients. Allow him for the main person. Substitute n by 18 as 1 in the main quotient. Is 1 an integer? Yes. You are telling the answer as yes. Similarly, 3 by 2. 5 into 3 by 2 is 15 by 2. Not an integer. Not satisfying the sub quotient. 3 into 3 by 2 is 9 by 2. Not satisfying. Rule him off. Don't even allow him for the main person. Ruled out. If I substitute n by 18 as 2. 5 into 2 is 10. It is an integer. 3 into 2 is 6. That is also an integer. Allow for the main person. Is 2 an integer? Yes. Again you are telling the same answer as yes. Understanding right? That means only people who are allowed inside the main hall are nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And from all those people you are getting a unique answer. What is that unique answer? That unique answer is yes. Understanding? That means after combining two statements you are getting a unique answer as yes. Your answer option is option C. Clear with the point, everyone? Everyone? Anyone needs an explanation? CAT questions, 1998 CAT. I will not solve all the questions on the board. Some questions can be solved without using pen also. Let us save some time without using pen. And that is how you need to learn also. Please see here. 1998. Directions from questions 11 to 17. Each question is followed by two statements, 1 and 2. Answer the questions based on the statements and mark the answer as option A. If the question can be answered with the help of any one of the statement alone, but not by other statement. This is a different direction compared to what we have discussed till now, right? Option A is nothing but question can be answered with any one of the statement alone, but not by the other statement. Option B, if the question can be answered with the help of either of the statements taken individually. First statement is also possible, second also possible. That is option B. Third statement, third option, if the question can be answered with the help of both the statements together. That is the same thing what we had earlier also. Fourth is, if the question cannot be answered even with the help of both the statements together. That is also similar to our previous direction only, right? Only the option A and B are changing now, right? See here. Let us solve the first question in 1998 CAT. See here. Easily you can solve this question. Is n odd? Is n odd? What are the possible answers? Answer should be yes or answer should be no, right? Those are the two possible answers if it is an is question. First statement alone is n is divisible by 3, 5, 7 and 9. What is the number which is divisible by 3, 5, 7 and 9? It is the LCM of the given number, right? LCM of 3, 5, 7 and 9 is 315, right? That means n is divisible by LCM of 3, 5, 7 and 9. That means what is that number? That number can be 315. 315 is divisible by all those four numbers. Or it can be multiples of 315. It can be multiples of 315 also. 315 is an odd number. You will tell the answer as yes. Second multiple of 315, which is 630, that is an even number. You will tell it as no. Multiple answers, ruled out. Second statement alone. N lies between 0 and 400. That means n can be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. till 399. Both even and odd will come, ruled out. If you combine both the statements, n is divisible by 3, 5, 7 and 9. One number is 315 or it can be multiples of 315. Second statement is n lies between 0 and 400. What is the number which is a multiple of 315 and lying between 0 and 400? Only 315, and that is odd. What should be the answer? Yes is the answer. That means after combining you are getting a unique answer. Option C. Some questions are like this, sir. You can easily solve without pen. Right? Please don't waste time by writing all those things in the examination. Clear, right? 12th one. Radha and Rani appeared in an examination. What was the total number of questions? Statement 1 alone says Radha and Rani together solved 20% of the paper. Together solved 20%. What is the meaning of 20%? 20 by 100. What is the meaning of 20 by 100? If there are 100 questions, they will solve 20. But we don't know how much they solved. We don't know how much. If there are 100, then it is 20. That is an assumption. But you should not assume as 100. Right? Statement 1 alone is ruled out. Similarly, second statement alone. Radha alone solved 3/5 of the paper solved by Rani. That means Radha equal to 3/5 into Rani. Radha by Rani ratio you will get, or the proportion you will get, but you will not get how many questions, right? 3/5 is also equal to 6/10. It is also equal to some other multiples of 3/5, right? It can be anything. It can be anything. Even if you combine also, you will still get the ratio or the proportion, but you will not get what is the total number of questions that are there. That means after combining also you are not getting a unique answer. Option D. Approach clear? That is the reason I told first half an hour or 45 minutes or the first 10 questions will be very important.
So we will get the ratio, we will not get it.
We will not get the total, but the question is asking for total. Clear? Next, 13th one. See here, 13th question. Let me write here. What is the price of tea? They are asking what is the price of tea. Statement 1 and 1 is price of coffee is 5 more than that of tea. That means coffee is 5 more than that of tea. This is the first equation, right? This is the first equation. So from first equation, can you find out what is price of tea alone? No. It will give you multiple answers. Ruled out. Go for second statement alone. Second statement alone is price of coffee was 5 less than the price of cold drink. Cold drink I will write it as CD, right? Cold drink.
5 less than minus 5 plus CD.
Okay, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Minus 5 plus CD. What is the next statement? Price of coffee was 5 less than the price of cold drink, which cost 3 times the price of tea. That means cold drink is given as 3 times the price of tea. It becomes 5 is equal to 3t minus 5. Right? 5 is equal to 3t minus 5. Again, you cannot uniquely determine the value of t. Ruled out. If you combine both the statements, this is a simultaneous equation. You will definitely get only one value of t. After combining, you are getting a unique answer. Option. Clear, Sanjay? After combining, you are getting a unique answer. You need not solve that also. That is what I told you, data sufficiency. These two data are sufficient to answer the question or not. That is what we need to know. Only when there is a domain given in the question, please look into those domains also. Otherwise, you will make a mistake. 14th one. Here again, 14th one also. What is the value of A? Ratio of A by B, A and B is 3:5. B is positive. 3:5. A by B is 3:5. That does not mean that A is 3. Right? 3:5 is also equal to 6:10. It is also equal to 9:15. A can take multiple values. Ruled out. Second statement alone. Ratio of 2A by B is 12:10. 2A divided by B is 12/10. If 2A by B is 12/10, this will be equal to A by B will be equal to 6/5. 6/5. 6/10. 6/10. 6/10 again is it 3/5 only. This is nothing but my first statement only, right? Again from this I cannot determine that A is 3 only. It can be 6/10 also, or it can be 9/15 also. Ruled out. After combining two statements, first statement is also A by B 3/5, second statement also A by B 3/5. Combining will also give you the same statement A by B 3/5. Again you cannot determine that A value uniquely. Answer is cannot be determined uniquely. But when you are taking statement 1, you should not think about statement 2, right? When you are taking statement 1 alone, statement 2 does not exist. You are taking them individually, right? When I am talking about you both, first I will talk about you. I cannot talk simultaneously at the same second. I cannot talk about both of you, right? I am talking with you. I am talking with you only, right? I am not talking with him. I will stop talking to you, then I will talk to him, right? That is what I am doing when I am taking individually, right? Otherwise, if I combine, I will tell both of you together are good or both of you together are bad, whatever it is. But when I am talking individually, I cannot use the word called as both, right? So, when you are taking statement 1 alone, statement 2 does not exist. You should never see that statement 2 also.
Anyhow, combining also we can't get the value of A.
We cannot get because both of them are same only. After combining also, you add or subtract, you do whatever it is, till you will get the same thing, right? That means A cannot be determined uniquely. Clear? Okay. 15th one. See here, 15th one is a very good question, but not difficult, very easy question. See here. There are 4 envelopes, E1, E2, E3, E4, in which one was supposed to put letters L1, L2, L3, L4, meant for persons C1, C2, C3, C4 respectively. That means the same number should go into the same letter and it should reach the same person, right? One refers to one only in all the cases. Like that is what I am telling. But by mistake, the letters got jumbled up and went in wrong envelopes. It got jumbled up and went in wrong envelope. If C2 is allowed to open an envelope at random, then how will he identify the envelope containing the letter for him? Containing the letter for him. Clear with the question? What he is asking in the question? Suppose I am C2. I want to check my letter where it is there, right? How will he identify the letter? Envelope containing the letter for him. See here. If I am C2, which envelope should be there? For me, letter L2 should be there. That means I am in search of a letter called as L2. If I get the letter position of the letter L2, my answer is over, right?
Sir, this type of question. This is this type of question. Like, no.
It is not an is question. It is a how.
So, means
What you are asking is, suppose is he identifying or not is what you are asking. But the question is, how will he identify? How will he identify means he will definitely identify. How is that he is identifying is the question. Suppose if you ask me, will you identify me? Right? That is a question you are asking. I can tell the answer as yes or no. But you are asking me, how will you identify among these people? That is a different question. In the second statement you are telling, definitely you will identify me. But how is that question? What you are asking? Understanding there is a difference between those questions. Clear, right? That means C2 is checking this letter. What is this letter? L2. If I come to know the position of L2, my answer is over, right? Statement 1 alone. Please read the statement 1 alone. L2 has been put in E1. L2 has been put in E1. Statement 1 directly telling the position of L2, and that is what I am also search of, right? That means statement 1 alone is giving the answer. But it is not option A. It is not option A because the directions are changed in the question, right? Statement 1 individually is giving me the answer. Go for statement 2 alone. Letter belonging to C3 has gone in the correct envelope. See here. C3 has gone to E3, right? C3 has gone to the correct envelope E3. E3 is filled now. That means I am in a search of letter L2. I am in a search of letter L2. This L2 can be in E1 or it can be in E2 or it can be in E4. Right? Or it can be in E4. There are multiple possible ways. There are multiple answers. Statement 2 alone will not give you the answer. Statement 1 alone will give you the answer. What is that option that you need to mark? Read the directions again. If the question, mark your answer as option A. If the question can be answered with the help of any one statement alone, but not by the other statement. I am able to answer by this statement alone, but not by this statement. Option is option A. Understanding the difference? That time you asked me a question. What if it is both the statements? It all depends upon marking the answer option, nothing else. You need to write the direction, depending on that you need to mark the answer options. The approach remains the same. Flowchart, everything is the same. Only the answer options might vary. Clear, right? Is open. If you know the position, why will you go to some other? See, you know that you need to come to this class. Will you go to that class? You will come directly here, right? That is what statement 1 is telling, right?
but you are assuming he knows that.
I am not assuming. I am telling in the first statement that you need to come to this class. That is my first statement. Even after
L2 has been put in E1. But
that is the first statement.
But C2 doesn't know that.
That we are telling to C2 only. That is what I am telling. That we are not assuming. That is a known fact for everyone. That is a known fact. What is the meaning of statement 1? Coffee is 5 rupees more than tea, or whatever it is. I am telling the drinker that it is 5 rupees more. No, that is a known fact. That is a known fact for everyone. Right? That is the information that is provided to all the people.
In question is don't know, but now we are making him know.
Okay, what the point? Clear, Devarshi? Okay, everyone? Shall we come back? Fine. So I think option is option A for this question. Which question we solved, sir? 15th is over. 16th question. See here. There are 4 racks numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 books numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 racks and 4 books are there. If an even rack had to contain an odd number book and an odd rack contains an even numbered book, what is the position of book 4? What is the position of book 4? Right? Statement 1 alone. Second book has been put in third rack. Second book has been put in third rack. See here. Statement 1 alone. There are 4 racks. R1, R2, R3, R4. There are 4 books B1, B2, B3, B4. First statement alone is telling. Second book has been put in third rack. That means book 2 is here. Book 2 is here. Whichever it is even numbered book, that should always come in odd numbered rack, right? Which is the other even numbered book? B4. That should definitely come in R1 only, right? What is the question? Main question. What is the position of book 4? Book 4 definitely should come in R1. Statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question, right? It is sufficient. Go to statement 2 alone. If I go to statement 2 alone, your statement 2 alone is third book has been put in second rack. There are again 4 racks, R1 to R4, and they are telling that third book has been put in second rack. B3 is here. B3 is here. If B3 is here, B1 should be here, right? B1 should be here. But the question is for B4. B4 it can be here or it can be here. Any two possibilities can be known, can be taken, right? There is nothing, no information related to saying that B4 should be in first one only or this one only. That means statement 1 alone is sufficient. Statement 2 alone is not sufficient. That is nothing but option B. 17th one. Find the value of x in terms of a. Find the value of x in terms of a. See here. Arithmetic mean of x and y is a. Arithmetic mean is nothing but average. X plus y by 2. It is given as a. Geometric mean is, while the geometric mean is also a. Geometric mean is square root of xy. It is also a. Right? It is also a. They are asking x in terms of a. If I substitute and simplify, will I get value of x in terms of a?
Yes.
I will get it. It is all about simplification. You need not simplify, right? You simplify and waste your time, ultimately you will get it. At the end you will realize that whatever I did is actually waste of doing, right? You will get x in terms of a. In simple, just check it out. X is equal to a in fact. If you want, check it out. A plus a is 2a. A plus a is 2a. 2a by a is nothing but a is equal to a. Similarly here also, a into a is a square. Root of a square is nothing but a only, right? X is equal to a. That is first statement alone is giving you the answer.
But if we solve in ordinary way, we get the quadratic equation.
No. You will get quadratic equation, Sanjay. You solve it. First you will get x is equal to y. Right? See here. Listen to this. I'll just give you a hint. No need of solving. A and a right hand side same. Equate the left hand side. It becomes x plus y by 2 is equal to root xy. If I square it, I will get x plus y whole square equal to 2 square is 4xy. X plus y whole square is x square plus y square plus 2xy. 2xy minus 4xy is minus 2xy. This is x minus y whole square is 0. X is equal to y. Substitute x is equal to y. You will get a. X is equal to a. That is what I wrote here also. Understanding, right? Instead of doing all those things, you can just substitute and check it. That is
how you substitute x and y both the same.
No. See, x is equal to y till here you understood?
Yes, sir.
Substitute here. If I substitute here, it becomes y plus y by 2 equal to a. 2y by 2 equal to a. Y is equal to a. And y and x both are same. X is equal to a. I got x in terms of a. Clear? Basically, I solved the problem. So,
Right, sir. Before that only you have told x equals to y equals to a put how you came.
I did not put it. I told that do all these things, then you will get this. Is what I told.
Okay.
Understanding? I did not put it. I told you need to do all these things, then you will get like this, then you will get this. That is what I told. Okay? So statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question. If you go for statement 2 alone, please see your statement 2 alone. Statement 2 alone is that x by y is equal to r. X minus y is equal to d. First of all, we don't know what are those r and d. And the question is express x in terms of a. A variable itself is not given in statement 2. You can never express it. Statement 2 is not sufficient to answer the question. One statement is sufficient, one more statement is not sufficient. Option A. Approach clear, right, everyone? Statements 1 and 2. Mark option A. if the question can be answered by any one statement alone, but cannot be answered by using the other statement, same like the previous direction. Option B, if the question can be answered by either statement alone. Option C, if the question can be answered by using both statements together, but cannot be answered by using either statement alone. Option B cannot be answered by using both of them, right? Same like the previous direction. Okay, 18th one. See here. Before moving to 18th one, suppose, listen to this. Suppose this is discussed in averages, mixture, allegations. Suppose I have three numbers. 30. All the numbers I will make it as 30. What is the average of this? 30. Average is 30. Suppose that means there are three people whose age is 30. Average will also 30. That is what I meant. Suppose if I increase one more person, if I add one more person to the group, and his age is also 30, what will be the average?
30.
Till it is 30 only. That means if all the people in the given series, if all the numbers in the given series are same, average will also be same, right? Average will also be same. Suppose these four numbers I will fix it as it is. 30, all four numbers I will write 30. This person, instead of making 30, I will make it 35. I will make it 35. I increased 5 more from the original number. To nullify that increase of 5, I will decrease this 5. The sixth person is 25. What is the average?
30.
Till it is 30 only, right? That means to get the average as 30, there are so many series that you can form. But the easiest series is make all of them as 30. Make all of them as 30, right? Now read the question. Average weight of 50 students, of students in a class is 50 kgs. Average weight of students in a class is 50 kgs. What is the number of students in the class? What is the number of students in the class? Average weight is 50. That means if there are 3 people, 50. Average is 50. If there are 4 people of 50, still the average is 50. Right? I cannot determine how many students are there. Average is 50, but I cannot tell how many students are there. Statement 1 alone is not sufficient to answer the question. Okay, that is the question. That is the question. I have still not moved on to statement 1. Let us move to statement 1. From the question, this is what we understood, right? Now read the first statement. First statement is the heaviest and lightest members of the class weigh 60 kg and 40 kg respectively. Suppose these 4 people are there already. They are all 50. They are all 50. This person I will increase by 10. It becomes 60. To nullify the increase, I will decrease by 10. It becomes 40. Can I tell that there are only 6 people? No. I can increase this 54 people to another 4 people. Till the average is 50 only. Cannot be determined by first statement. Ruled out. Second statement. Exclusion of heaviest and lightest members from the class does not change the average weight of the students. Even if I remove this also, they are telling average is still 50 only. That means I cannot again tell that there are only 4 students. Even if I write 55 more times also, still it is 50 only average. From there also I cannot determine uniquely. Getting the idea right? Satyajit?
Exclusion of the heaviest and the lightest.
That is what I did. See here. Earlier it was 60 and 40. This was the heaviest, this was the lightest. I removed those things. Still average is 50 only. But can you tell that there are 4 people? What is the question? How many students are there in the class? That is the question, right? So you cannot tell uniquely. Even if you combine both the statements also. First statement is telling heaviest and lightest. Second statement is telling remove those. Even if you combine them also, you will not be able to tell the number of students. You can only tell the average, but you will not be able to tell the number of students. After combining also, you will not get a unique answer. Option is cannot be determined. Option D. Very easy once you understand the flow of the class.